Welcome to Lexipedia. Today, we're diving into the incredible legacy of Sumer, a civilization that sprung up seemingly overnight from the Mesopotamian desert. Mesopotamia, you see, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, was a region so fertile, so rich in resources, it earned the nickname the Cradle of Civilization. And for good reason. It was here in this hotbed of innovation that the Sumerians around 3500 BC gave birth to a culture that would lay the foundation for much of what we know and love today. Think about that. Over 5,000 years ago, these pioneers in human ingenuity set the stage for our modern world. And trust me, their story is anything but ancient history. It's a story of innovation, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge that still resonates today. So buckle up. Imagine a world without the written word. No books, no tweets, no grocery lists. How would we pass down knowledge? Tell stories? Well, the Sumerians faced this very dilemma, and their solution changed the course of history. They invented writing. Not just any writing, mind you, but cuneiform. A script so ingenious, so far ahead of its time, it boggles the mind. It all started with simple pictures, pictographs, etched onto clay tablets. These early symbols represented everyday objects and ideas. But like a cosmic evolution, cuneiform grew more complex, evolving into a system of wedge-shaped marks representing syllables and sounds. This, my friends, was a game changer. Now the Sumerians could record complex thoughts, transactions, even epic tales. They had captured the very essence of language, a feat as impressive as landing a rover on Mars, if you ask me. With cuneiform, the Sumerians unlocked a universe of possibilities. They documented everything from mundane business deals to celestial observations, creating a treasure trove of knowledge for future generations. Imagine archaeologists, thousands of years later, unearthing these tablets, these time capsules of Sumerian life. It's like finding a message in a bottle from a distant galaxy. And what stories these tablets tell. We learn about their kings and queens, their myths and legends, their hopes and dreams. It's a direct line to a civilization that thrived millennia ago. The invention of writing wasn't just about record-keeping, it was about storytelling, about passing down wisdom, about ensuring that their legacy, like the stars themselves, would endure for ages to come. Now picture this, Mesopotamia, 5,000 years ago. The agricultural revolution is in full swing, thanks to the Sumerians' ingenious irrigation systems. Food is abundant, populations are booming, and a new social structure is emerging, the city-state. These weren't just villages, my friends. We're talking bustling urban centers, each with its own distinct identity, its own ruler, its own patron deity, all vying for power and influence. Think of them like independent nations, but on a smaller scale, all coexisting, sometimes peacefully, sometimes not so much, within the fertile crescent of Mesopotamia. This, my friends, is the dawn of urban civilization as we know it. The Sumerians, with their innovative spirit, had set the stage for a new era of human social organization. Now, these city-states, as you might imagine, weren't always on the best of terms. Competition for resources, land, and that ever-elusive power often led to, shall we say, disagreements. Yes, even back then, humans had a knack for conflict. But these weren't just chaotic skirmishes. The Sumerians, ever the innovators, developed sophisticated military strategies and technologies. But it wasn't all warfare and conquest. The proximity of these city-states also fostered a vibrant exchange of ideas, trade, and culture. Think of it as a melting pot of ancient innovation. This constant interplay, this push and pull between competition and collaboration, fueled the fires of progress, propelling Sumerian civilization to ever greater heights. Picture yourself in ancient Mesopotamia. You look up and see a mountain, but not just any mountain. This one is made by human hands, towering over the landscape. This, my friends, is a ziggurat. The Sumerians were not just content with farming the land and building cities, oh no. They yearned to connect with something bigger than themselves, with the cosmos. And what better way to do that than to erect these monumental temples to their gods? These weren't just places of worship, though. They were centers of power, knowledge, and administration. Imagine priests moving about, astronomers studying the stars from the top, scribes recording grain harvests. Ziggurats were bustling hubs of Sumerian civilization. These structures, built with incredible effort and ingenuity, tell us about their beliefs, their social structure, their very understanding of the universe. They are a testament to the human drive to explore, to understand, and to reach for the heavens. Now, one of the most famous ziggurats is the Great Ziggurat of Ur, dedicated to the moon god, Nana. Can you imagine the ceremonies they must have held under the Mesopotamian night sky? We still don't know everything about them. What was it like to stand at the top, feeling the wind in your hair? Each discovery is a piece of a much larger puzzle, revealing more about who we are. Remember the Sumerians and their ziggurats reaching out into the cosmos. You've probably heard of Mesopotamia, the land between the rivers. But let me tell you, this wasn't just any river valley. This was the Fertile Crescent, where agriculture and thus civilization itself first took root. Now, the Tigris and Euphrates rivers were a mixed blessing. They brought life-giving water, sure, but they were also unpredictable, prone to devastating floods. The Sumerians, however, they weren't afraid of a challenge. They devised ingenious irrigation systems, a network of canals and ditches that tamed the river's wild nature. This wasn't just about survival, it was about control, about shaping the environment to meet their needs. This mastery over water led to a surplus of food, which, as you can imagine, led to some pretty significant changes. Population boomed, villages grew into cities, and boom! Just like that, you've got yourself a civilization. But here's the thing about surplus food. You don't have to spend all your time hunting and gathering. This frees up people to specialize, to become artisans, priests, scribes, even astronomers. This agricultural revolution, sparked by the Sumerians, wasn't just about filling stomachs. It was about feeding the human mind, about creating the conditions for art, science, and culture to flourish. Think about that the next time you enjoy a slice of bread. It's a direct link to the ingenuity of those early farmers in Mesopotamia who, through their mastery of the land and water, sowed the seeds of civilization itself. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, those same innovative instincts are within us all, waiting for the right moment to blossom into something truly extraordinary. We often think of laws and legal codes as being relatively recent inventions, but the Sumerians were already laying down the law thousands of years ago. That's right. Long before Hammurabi and his famous stele, the Sumerians were grappling with the complexities of justice and order. Now, these weren't just some arbitrary rules carved on a whim. These legal codes were born out of necessity, a way to manage a complex society with all its messy interpersonal relationships, trade disputes, and property rights. Imagine trying to run a city-state without any laws. Chaos would reign supreme. You'd have people stealing each other's sheep, diverting water from their neighbors' fields, and who knows what else. These early legal systems, though they may seem rudimentary to us now, were a critical step in the evolution of human society. These laws, preserved on clay tablets, give us a glimpse into the values and concerns of the Sumerians. What did they consider important? What behaviors did they try to regulate? It's a fascinating window into the past. They dealt with everything from inheritance and divorce to debts and contracts. And let me tell you, some of these laws were surprisingly progressive for their time, particularly when it came to the rights of women. While we don't have the complete picture, these fragments of ancient Sumerian law remind us that the quest for a just and orderly society is not new. It's a journey humankind has been on for millennia, and who knows, maybe by studying these early attempts to establish justice, we can gain a better understanding of our own legal systems and strive to create a more equitable future for everyone. The Sumerians, my friends, they weren't just content with building cities. They looked up at the sky, at the celestial ballet above, and wanted to understand it, measure it, predict it, make sense of its cycles. They gave us the gift of time, at least how we measure it. They developed a base 60 number system. Why 60? We still use it today. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. All thanks to the Sumerians and their fascination with the cosmos. The Sumerians were meticulous observers of the night sky. They charted the movements of the stars and planets, recognizing patterns and cycles. By understanding the heavens, they developed calendars and predicted seasons. Imagine that thousands of years ago, they looked up at the same stars we see today. The Sumerians laid the groundwork for astronomy as we know it. The human experience, in all its complexities and contradictions, has always sought meaning beyond the mundane. We look to the stars, we ponder our place in the cosmos, and we tell stories. The Sumerians, those ingenious pioneers of civilization, gave us one such story, a story that echoes through the millennia. The Epic of Gilgamesh. Imagine, if you will, a time when writing was still in its infancy, when the very act of etching symbols onto clay tablets was akin to capturing lightning in a bottle. It is from these fragile fragments that we piece together the tale of Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk, 2/3 god and 1/3 human. His is a story of adventure, love, loss, and the eternal human struggle for immortality. This epic poem, etched in cuneiform on those ancient tablets, is not merely a relic of a bygone era. It's a testament to the enduring power of storytelling, a reminder that some human experiences transcend time and place. The Epic of Gilgamesh grapples with themes that continue to resonate with us today. The nature of friendship is explored through Gilgamesh's bond with Enkidu, a wild man created by the gods to challenge him. Loss and grief are palpable in Gilgamesh's desperate search for immortality after Enkidu's death. He journeys to the ends of the earth, seeking the secret to eternal life, only to learn that death is an inevitable part of the human condition. The epic also touches upon the allure and danger of power. Gilgamesh, initially a tyrannical ruler, undergoes a transformation through his experiences, learning the importance of compassion and wisdom. These timeless themes, woven into the fabric of this ancient tale, remind us that despite the vast gulf of time, we share fundamental experiences and concerns with those who came before us. We often take for granted the simplest of inventions, those that have become so ingrained in our lives that we hardly notice them. The wheel, my friends, is one such invention. It seems almost too obvious, doesn't it? A circular object that rolls, facilitating movement and transport. Yet this seemingly simple innovation, attributed to the Sumerians, revolutionized human civilization. Before the wheel, transporting goods and people was a laborious and time-consuming process. Imagine dragging heavy loads on sledges or carrying them on your back. The wheel changed all that. It allowed for the efficient movement of goods over long distances, facilitating trade and commerce. It enabled the construction of chariots, revolutionizing warfare and shaping the course of empires. The invention of the wheel wasn't just a technological leap, it was a testament to human ingenuity, a spark that ignited a fire of innovation that continues to burn bright today. Just as the wheel transformed transportation, the plow, another remarkable Sumerian invention, revolutionized agriculture. Before the plow, cultivating land was backbreaking work, done entirely by hand using rudimentary tools. The plow, a simple yet ingenious device, changed the game. Imagine a wooden implement, often pulled by oxen, slicing through the soil, turning it over and preparing it for planting. This seemingly simple act had profound consequences. The plow significantly increased agricultural efficiency. Farmers could cultivate larger areas of land in less time, leading to greater crop yields and a surplus of food. This surplus freed people from the constant demands of subsistence farming, allowing them to specialize in other areas like crafts, trade, and governance. The plow, like the wheel, was more than just a tool. It was a catalyst for societal development, paving the way for the rise of cities and the complex social structures that characterize civilization. From the fertile plains of Mesopotamia, the Sumerians, our ancestors in innovation and imagination, left an indelible mark on human history. Their legacy is etched in the cuneiform symbols on clay tablets, in the towering ruins of their ziggurats, and in the very fabric of civilization itself. They gave us writing, a system of communication that has allowed knowledge to be shared and stories to be told across generations. Their legal codes laid the groundwork for justice and order in society. Their myths and epics continue to captivate and inspire us. The Sumerians remind us that the quest for knowledge, the drive to innovate, and the power of storytelling are fundamental to the human spirit. Their story is our story, a testament to the enduring legacy of curiosity, creativity, and the relentless pursuit of progress. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Lexopedia for more fascinating content.